Somebody is saying that the FBI said they have this guy in custody. Is this true, or is this just Cash Patel being a... right now at a press conference, the Utah Department of Public Safety spokesperson is saying the suspect is still at large. An FBI official is at the press conference. Wait, show me. Where?
So there were surveillance cameras as well that apparently...
Lawmakers, he had the ear of lawmakers.
Public safety.
Representatives from Turning Point USA asking for privacy for Charlie's family.
And we are just getting word that the news conference...
Trump had Charlie Kirk killed to galvanize the right. That's the conspiracy to go with. Could you imagine if they said that they had the shooter in custody, but the shooter died in a shootout with the FBI while they were trying to apprehend the shooter? And then we find out that the shooter was Ghislaine Maxwell? I'm just kidding. That would be...
We're getting now a 5 to 10 minute...
I would immediately 180 my whole position on the Epstein conspiracy theories, and I would believe anything about the Epstein conspiracy.
Window at this point. This could change, but this is the latest information that our producer is telling us right now. There have been a number of people who, across the country, across the political spectrum, who have offered their condolences. They have made comments on social media about the tragedy that's unfolded earlier today, and it just makes people wonder about their safety even more so than ever before. And the climate in which we are living in is certainly different from, say, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And so now, when it comes to public events, safety, no doubt officers are going to be thinking forward. What can we do differently the next time?
I know everybody has their position on guns. Obviously, I like guns. And I know that people are... Have I retweeted? I hope I haven't retweeted these attacks today. I don't think I have. You can kind of like chuckle at them, but...
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
Like, I know that it's easy to meme on the statement, but I mean, like, this is true of any right or privilege you have. There's always going to be a cost associated with it. I don't read this as him saying that, like, it's good that people die so that we can have guns, but more so, like, this is just the acceptable trade-off. Not that he would be happy that any individual would die, right? The same thing that, like, freedom of speech has pros and cons. Having cars has pros and cons, right? Somebody saying that, like, we have cars because it helps our economy and our travel and increases a whole bunch of good things in the economy. And it's worth, unfortunately, there are some people that die every year. Like, if that person gets killed in a car accident, to meme on them for dying in the car accident, like, I think that the targeted political attacks and the really vitriolic political rhetoric, I think, is way more damaging than stuff related to the Second Amendment, in my opinion.
Absolutely, but I will tell you, one of the things that is always concerning for me is I don't want to live in America where I can't move freely and attend events. And I will tell you, right, and there's good studies on this. When we all refuse to participate, well, the criminals thrive, right? That's when terrorism, which is exactly what this is, right? That's when that wins. But when we all say, no, we're going to participate, we're not going to tolerate, we're going to be aware, but not afraid, and we're going to participate and make sure that this never happens again. That's when we're most safe, right? When you know as a criminal that everyone is looking and going to point the finger at you and say no, well, then it's uncomfortable to commit that act.
Yeah. And again, if you're just joining us, former Salt Lake City Police Chief Chris Burbank is joining us now. You do a lot of work right now on police advocacy, criminal justice reform. You look at the data, you look at a lot of the information and try to consult on that front. But, you know, we're hearing suspect, not in custody, not suspects. What goes into trying to determine and figure out if this was a sole person or maybe some sort of a group effort?
Well, a lot of that is going to depend. So just on face, right? You have a single gunshot.
Yeah.
More than likely a single shooter, right? That wouldn't indicate there were multiple ones. Now, may have had some assistance, may have had some help, but you won't find that out until you figure out who that individual is who actually pulled the trigger.
I hate breaking news. I don't know how you guys watch this stuff. It could be this. It could be one shooter. It could be a shooter with a spotter. It could be two shooters that shot at the exact same time, and it just sounded like one shooter. It could be one shooter with a pistol in the audience. It could be one shooter with a gun in a building. It could have been a big bullet. It could have been a small bullet.
Then you start to work backwards and say, okay, who else aided and abetted, right? Who assisted in this, or who supported this even?
Right. And does law enforcement immediately start working, I would assume, with the medical examiner? I mean, when you're trying to collect evidence, that's part of evidence collection in a process like this. Is it not looking at sort of...
Nice. We've got Sam Hyde out here calling for a full-on rebellion, I guess, or coup. Time to do your fucking job and seize power. If you want to be more than a footnote in the American collapse section of future history books, it's now or never. J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, Palmer Luckey, and real Eric D. Prince.
The wound, if there's any fragments of the bullet left in, police, law enforcement, they need that evidence, do they not? They need it right away?
Absolutely they do, and they've locked down the area. Not to be overly graphic, but in most circumstances, you don't even move the body because it's the property of the...
Okay, Chris, we have I don't mean to cut you off. We do have someone addressing the podium. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Commissioner Bill Mason. Then we'll hear from the FBI,
Special Agent in Charge, Robert Bowles. We'll then hear from Utah Valley University Vice President Val Peterson, who's been in touch with President Jimenez, and then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Sorry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot in an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around.
Wait, why release his name? Sorry, fuck, I'm reading tweets.
Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well.
People are asking why they would name the guy. If they're charging him with a crime, then it's going to be public record anyway, so it doesn't really matter at that point if they've made the decision to charge him with a crime.
As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake field office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
On behalf of President Jimenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion.
No shot, dude. What did was it Olena? Is that her name? When she said that I did everything I could to protect my family, but my problem with Cersei was a failure of imagination. The Blaze just dropped a token to support Charlie Kirk. All funds will be donated directly to his family. The community is rallying. The impact is real. Is this a real account? This has to be like a hacked. This can't be real, right?
I want to thank our law enforcement.
The last four letters say pump. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about how. I don't even know how that works.
Officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence.
It's kind of crazy to make a speech this important, or like you have no idea, right? I don't know. It feels like we don't actually know yet, right?
That this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
Okay. Good one, Chief. Why don't you catch the guy first, dipshit?
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. To ask ourselves, is this it? All of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a...
Remember, every single time something happens, the right wing will all talk about civil war, violence, all that shit. None of them will talk about turning down the rhetoric on their side. It just will never happen. It'll never, ever, 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 ever happen. It won't happen. I've already seen several tweets today. Libs of TikTok was tweeting war. All of the right-wing Twitter accounts are tweeting, civil war, vengeance. What was the one we're tracking you or watching? Like Jesse Waters guy is being insane. That's all it's going to be.
Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. That is correct.
Are you still searching or looking for another shooter or anybody else related?
Oh, so if that's it, then we have no idea. Dude, if Kash Patel really tweeted that. Jesus, I had so much other news open. I guess we're not getting any of this. Oh yeah, that Kash Patel tweet. Fuck. The suspect for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with FBI. We will provide updates when able. So, hello? So is it the suspect or is it just a person of interest? Or that's a pretty insanely stupid fucking thing to tweet out without anything. Are they talking about the wrong guy, the press conference guy mentioned? Well, it sounds like they just have a person of interest right now. I imagine if we get more information about it, it would be released at this point.
Day. I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called.
We don't even know the shooter yet, remember. We don't know the shooter yet. Maybe left-leaning, could be a never-Trumper, could be a griper, could be some anarcho further right. We have no idea yet. We don't know.
Panicking. They probably, all the kids of every conservative in the country call panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the two Democratic lawmakers?
Thank you. Who is this guy? Thank you. How dare you? She's going to say, how dare you? How dare you? We don't even know. He's having, this is my Pierce Dave Rubin exchange. You don't even know if that guy was a MAGA or not. He was probably a leftist. How dare you even talk about that right now?
In Minnesota?
Political.
Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking
We
a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
How dare you? How dare you? I can't believe you. How dare you? What?
No.
Wait, that's Hassan. I need Jank. Do I have a...
These people have a mental disorder.
This guy. I'm talking about this guy. She's absolutely right. How dare you?
No, I'm asking
not
you.
at all.
You said the Democrats
no,
have
this is
to,
on.
but I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a
own
problem
this.
with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now.
Yeah, we're talking about what I want to talk about right now, okay? We're talking about what I want to talk about, okay? What I want to talk about.
That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%. And I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have...
Oh, nice. All of my biggest haters. I guess I kind of joked about this before. I said in the Black arc and the Black Issues arc and the Lav Mr. Girl stuff that it couldn't get any crazier. And now we're on the court case / pedophile / whatever arc. And then I think I've said that like the sad thing is that like the only other place to go is basically to somebody has to try to kill me, I guess. That's like the next stage. And I guess that's now what my political adversaries are working on. Coordinating to pin the blame on Z, Destiny, and Unfuck America. This sick guy. I don't know who this guy is, or Green Gary, but I think they're like in the Queen Magistical crew. In a recent interview with Hutchinson, noted Charlie Kirk stalker, Z to the Hill, uses inflammatory language about targeting Charlie Kirk, RIP, with guns and ammo, while Hutch just sits and nods his head. Disgusting. Did Z to the Hill really hop onto Destiny stream immediately after the Kirk shooting to complain about how bad this is for her? Taking the fight to him? Can you say that? Oh, and Dickers too, and Shamu. Charlie Kirk just took a bullet through his jugular, and Z's first public statement amounted to, "My career is ruined." This is going to ruin the tour. Nice.
Liberals. This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a fuck.
Like, imagine... Do liberals ever tweet shit like this out? Like, where were the people tweeting this about? I feel like we don't even care when our people get killed. I guess maybe for the George Floyd shit, they do about cops. But those are like the far... Those guys don't even fucking vote for us. Our extremists don't even vote for us. Only the lefties do. Jesus. This guy is a J6er pardoned. Is he? J6er pardoned by Donald Trump. What a this is insane, dude. These people are fucking crazy. Like, get me the fuck out of here, dude. Fuck you. Are you going to finish the questions for the press conference? You know, maybe.
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to the shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where? You know, how long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooting?
Do you want to talk about what we know there?
Yeah. The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is.
Oh no, he wore a mask. I don't understand. Unless I'm out of touch with college camp, like, I'm sorry, it's not 1996. Like, IP cameras have very, very good resolution. Very, like, what kind of security camera? It was on a college campus. These motherfuckers are funded out the ass. What are you trying to say? You can imagine the quality of the footage. It's low bitrate shit? Bullshit. I don't believe it. I bet he wore a mask and they have nothing. Because he has nothing positive to say here.
The possible shooter is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. We do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Jesus, he was like, this guy was crazy. If you want to make some conspiracies, this guy shot in a university. We have nobody that reported seeing him. Nobody tweeted or said anything about seeing him, unless it's the guy on the roof. No pictures. Don't even have a description. We're saying he. Do we even know it's a man? I know that we would assume that, right? But like, we don't know. We don't have a skin color. We don't know if it's a black guy, a white guy, an Asian guy.
Dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where did the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a fair, potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person in interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation is ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involvement?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Can you talk a little about the security of the event itself? Who was there security-wise, and what happens on these kind of events?
Chief Long.
So my name is Jeff Long. I'm the police chief here at UVU, and I'll tell you right now, we are devastated. We're a small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. Obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area, and so he was kind of in a lower area, surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things, unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team. He has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
Yeah, welcome to every single time something happens. My observation from the last few hours of monitoring U.S. social media is that Democrats are universally denouncing political violence and calling for calm, while MAGA are escalating rhetoric and lusting for retribution against broad categories of people they identify as their enemies. The escalatory potential of political violence is why this should be a moment of U.S. political unity where left and right call for calm, deliberately incendiary MAGA responses show they are not a peaceful movement operating under the normal civic values of the U.S. Constitution. True.
Was the gun recovered? I'm sorry, see? Was the weapon recovered? At this point, I can't disclose that.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, there was a question being asked about mass shooting. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
Is this him running away on the roof? There have been a few, 2 videos of somebody on the roof maybe, but we just don't know. There's not enough information to say.
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team or a combination of both that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
People are spamming question marks. I don't necessarily think it's a dumb question. Like, it would be kind of out there, but this is a very out there event, right? Could it have been a 2-person thing where it's like, I'm going to ask him a question about gun violence, and right after I finish the question and he answers, I want you to, that's when you can, like, because it was a very, very, very ironic time to shoot him, right? Is literally right after answering a question about guns and blaming mass shootings on gang violence that he gets killed in technically what's a school shooting. It's pretty ironic. I don't know if the guy was involved at all, but I'm just saying that it wouldn't be crazy to question something like that. I think he'd probably be barking up every tree they can right now, if given that it seems like they have nothing.
So we work together. He has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and so yeah, we were working together. Was this a shooter type shot? Was this
Both times the figure is in black or wearing dark clothes. What? The figure is in black or wearing dark clothes? You mean the 3 pixels that you see standing up on the screen?
Gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family.
That's true, but also guns were very likely to come up in a debate at some point, so it's believable a single shooter was just waiting until a gun convo came up to do it. Oh man, dude, I hate breaking news. It's so cringe. Destiny, do you think he instantly died? Yes. I think he died in a fraction of a second. Yes. Probably before he even realized he got shot. If I had to guess, the way that this worked was that guy probably knew in advance where the setup would be. Like, he knew the range, he knew the distance. That guy probably climbed to his spot, readied his rifle, waited 5, 6, 7 seconds, and then shot. I seriously doubt that if you were this prepared and competent with your weapon and competent with your escape plan, I seriously doubt that he would sit there for 5, 10, 20 minutes waiting for the perfect time to shoot, because the chances of somebody identifying you, spotting you, something going wrong, it just starts to increase a ton. Yeah, I seriously doubt that. What is this 6-7 meme? Why is it every time I say these numbers, there's like memes? It's Zoomer shit. Okay.
And to the students who were there today, I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
All right, so there was a news conference that just wrapped up with some state officials on the shooting death of Charlie Kirk. Governor Spencer Cox calling this a political.
It's Gen Alpha, not Zoomer shit. I'm a little curious as to why you cover white-on-white crime, the Apple River stabbing. Was that white on white? I thought that guy was an immigrant from somewhere. Am I crazy? Am I misremembering that? I covered that one because self-defense cases are generally interesting, right? It's an affirmative defense. You've got to argue over whether or not you had the right to kill somebody in a self-defense situation. Those are just interesting cases. The guy was from Romania, Serbian. Okay. The Rittenhouse case, same thing there. The Rittenhouse case was interesting. We have a lot of video footage. It's a self-defense situation. It's very interesting. But when it comes to black-on-white crime, like Irina Zaretska, you don't cover it. Because the Jews pay me not to. I can't talk about any racially motivated crime ever, especially when it involves black people, because I get paid in order to ensure that there is a constant stream of non-white immigrants coming to the United States with the explicit goal to outbreed all of the white people, to undermine your racial cohesion so that Jews can continue to control you, so that the United States is forced to be a puppet state to Israel while they work on reassembling their state and taking over the world. Or it's because it's a boring case. The guy seems fucking crazy. He walked up to the lady, stabbed her in the neck. There's not really much commentary to give. You choose the answer.
Building is just maybe the CS building is just east of the library. He's wearing jeans, black shirt, black mask, long rifle.
Wait, how long ago was this? Oh, this is an hour and a half ago.
Blue on the Odyssey, no plate.
35. And east 600 north. Denver.
To UVU, there was one shot. We are staging at the front of the school by the roundabout.
Is on top of the building on the far north side, just east of the library, wearing jeans, black shirt, black vest. We are regional currently.
34 from Medic 35.
Why not release any of the footage? I feel like it's kind of strange to not do it and ask the public like they usually do. What, of this? What do you mean? There's been so much footage of this. What are you talking about? I feel like I've watched Charlie Kirk die from like 7 different angles.
Other victims. Break all incoming units. You guys can cancel. We just have the one victim.
They mean of the CCTV of the PO of the person of interest here? Oh, I don't know why they would release it. I don't even know if they know what they have yet, or if anything is even, if you can even see anything. Thoughts and prayers to Charlie Kirk's family and friends. My wife was there, and a friend was able to capture this of the potential shooter. His rifle seen around a minute and 20 seconds. So awful.
I think they just found the guy right outside of Carry On.
Again, I could be crazy. I it's too calm. Like, I feel like this would be a thing where there'd be like 8 people like screaming at the dude, and he's either killing himself or like it's going to be a shootout. The idea that like some guy is being calmly walked to a car. Like, did they even have him cuffed before? I just can't believe it. Replies say that's a pellet
just
gun.
found
Oh, okay.
the
sure.
guy right outside.
This is just I would never believe it looking like this.
Carry on. Rifle on this dude's dash, and they just handcuffed him.
Are you gonna pick up his doggy poop?
That's his rifle.
People were saying it's a pellet gun. What does it even look like? Hold on, sorry. What is that? Is it a pellet gun?
That's his rifle.
It doesn't feel like it's like that guy's holding it with like 2 fingers. It looks like this thing weighs like a pound. It's like made out of plastic. I don't know. That's a break action pellet gun. Looks like I had as a child. Look at the end of the barrel. Yeah, I don't. Okay. My guess is that they're stopping anyone with a rifle and just investigating. Yeah, that'd be my guess, probably. Anybody or anything, yeah. Is that a suppressor on the barrel? No, that was just not a real. Somebody said that's downtown Provo, 20 minutes away from UVU. Okay.
When the worst piece of shit on the opponent's team gets injured in a hockey game and everyone has to go, oh. And then like a minute later, with their full body weight supported on 2 of their teammates, they're dragged off the ice and everyone goes, that's what you like to see. It's just, you don't like to see anybody get hurt. You like that, but like, if you go back and you watch the highlight of the dude getting boarded and like cross-checked with the stick on the back of his neck, as soon as his head hits the boards and his neck like snaps up like this, the audience is like, yeah! What a hit, man! That's what I'm talking. And then they like, he's on the ice, like in the fetal position, and everyone's like, ooh.
Jesus.
We got to get that out of the game.
This was moments before the shooting.
I'm shot with a ballistic firearm from off screen. Oh, what was that?
Oh no.
We got him.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, 1 shot, 1 kill.
4 hours ago.
Straight shot. Straight shot.
Oh no. Charlie Kirk just got shot like that. Why? Why the fuck does chat keep saying Charlie Kirk? I was literally watching the video when you said that. Insane time to make that joke, but you do not know what just happened. He doesn't know. Oh no. Oh no. How did he know in advance? Watch the VOD?
Straight shot. Straight shot. a mahjong tile? This is a rocket, bro. Shirt, right? Uncler. Both on Discord trying to convince me that pro cyclists are microdosing GLP-1. If it's not banned yet. Boring. All of our blood with platelet-rich blood. Nobody scams like pro cyclists. I mean, the Russians, they were just, that's what I'm saying. Like, you mean hard, like, that's hard. That sounds cool as shit. I mean, the Russians, they were just skating with parachutes behind. He would be like, you know, in the Tour de France, doing some stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen Icarus. So oh, fuck, I died exactly. The cycling subreddit was like, I don't know if it was WADA, and they said, like, suffer the unbelievable. That's gotta, really? Frog, what did I, now I've lost it. Frog spin, 2014. Videos on YouTube and have to look at those.
Does anybody
like
bring up that Charlie Kirk got shot?
Those
or
130 like videos.
Does he not respond to it?
Let's see. That difficult. Like, no disrespect. You're the one who's still in the chair. Why'd you say it like that, though? Well, because, like, this is not the first time someone's come into chat and been like, you haven't mentioned your cats in a while. Are they okay? Yeah, they're cats, man. They're sleeping like 18 hours a day. Problems. To be honest with you, they don't want to hear about your problems somewhere. But I think I mean, I think it was part of the recipe when I was baked, man. 2 knives out. Idiots last year. She was.
Okay. Did you heard about the new Pokemon patent? Oh, his chat just doesn't give a fuck.
I don't mind. Oh, you spilled juice on the rug again. Hey, stains in public bathrooms have gotten.
All right.
And I'm retaining a surprising amount of it, man. I'm gonna go, hey, you drink wine.
Based. He doesn't really comment on shit like this. I remember when the Queen died, the same. Yeah, I mean, it's like a pretty political, like, and then political influencer type thing. It wouldn't surprise me if he wouldn't talk about it. What a day. I almost slept until 4 p.m. again too, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to fix my sleep schedule. I'm going to wake up. And I did wake up. Yeah, this was the... I don't remember when this video was shot. If it was shot before he shot, or if it was after. Do we know?
Getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying.
Huh.
He just ran from, over... Where's my finger? Whoa.
Like, who is this guy? Do we know anything? Did they stay and record, or...?
From over there, ran in. And now he's right there. Just saying. Getting right up.
Jesus Christ, not the AI vids. Stop. If I posted that on my Twitter, I would get assassinated. I could legit get you the guy's name from my friend whose cousin took it. Jesus. Well, email me if you got it, I guess.
At the time, I thought it was horrific. This is not, and well, like I said at the time, and people on the left were even criticizing me. They go, "Oh, Ethan was talking bad about Luigi." How much has he changed? That was my point. He went out and murdered this guy, right? What changed? Not a single fucking thing changed. That's not how we enact change. And so I wouldn't recommend watching the video. But for me, it it's terrifying.
Jesus. Do these guys do live shows? I mean, it is pretty crazy watching like another influencer guy get killed. I'll be honest. It's kind of wild. You don't expect to see people in your world getting...
I feel like it's such a terrifying moment for everybody.
Dome scared.
And to understand this is what we've come to. And
As I turned it off. I didn't make fun of Parker crying because like especially like if you're going out, you're doing events like this. It's easy to like know that other people get shot and killed as part of wars or violence or gang stuff or whatever because it's like not you, but seeing somebody that you kind of are in the same sphere as, or at least like very close in the sphere, it's a very weird feeling, yeah.
I can't help but think about the poor wife, you know.
Kids. Yeah, we've all been scared. Some of us have been looking into getting our concealed license permit.
Yeah.
But seeing it like that definitely made it more realistic and very scary.
I've avoided watching the video, but I heard Ethan's reaction when he saw it. I was like...
I was a little surprised it didn't seem to hit you harder, like him or not. Oh, I'm just an autistic sociopath, so...
And that was something you don't see every day.
I was brought to tears then because I don't know. I don't think I need to explain it anymore. But I hope people take this seriously.
Well, I might be schizo, but is there a chance that it's a Russian attack made to divide America during World War III since they attacked Poland? My guess would probably be not. Kinetic, no, I shouldn't say a kinetic attack. That's not like doing on the ground assassinations like that. There's just the liability if you get caught, the world outrage. It would be the swiftest and fastest uniting, I think, of the American people and the whole Western world. It would just be like if Putin ordered the assassination of like a personal friend of Donald Trump, why would you ever do that? I mean, I guess it's not impossible, but that would just be, my God, the calculus there would have to be so off. That would just be crazy. Cover Jesse Waters on Fox News. Do you have a longer segment today? Wait, why did I think Brett Baer left?
This is unacceptable. It's so tragic. And he touched a lot of people and a lot of people's hearts. You're going to hear a lot about more about that in the next hour and in the coming hours here on Fox News. His first television hit, Greg Gutfeld, was Fox and Friends in 2012, believe it or not. So we've known the young man for a long time, and may he rest in peace.
Yeah, he's. I've known him for probably 10 years. I mean,
it's hard to gather your thoughts beyond just horror. So instead, I mean, you know, Charlie was such a force of nature. He was brilliant, and he
people to get killed. Somebody needs to take care of this guy. Somebody needs to deal with this. I wish he were dead. Won't somebody do it? The 8647, all of the crypto messaging and all the doxing, right? Why do you dox somebody? Why do you post a person's home address? It's
like, I'm sorry, and I understand that Asmongold is like especially brain broken because he's too lazy to actually do any real research besides what Grok or fucking Twitter tells him. But like the obsession with random lefties on Twitter that the algorithm is putting in front of you because of how absolutely cancerous your algorithm is, it's like this is your president.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person.
Okay. He doesn't like Liz Cheney, and he doesn't like the other Republican guy because they were on the J6 committee. But I'm sorry, like for you to fucking soy rage out over random Twitter dipshits while your president is like the most unhinged motherfucker imaginable, like you have literally no ground to stand on.
doxing, right? Why do you dox somebody? Why do you post a person's home address? It's to make other people that are insane, like the person who killed Charlie Kirk, it's to give them the ammunition they need to kill that person and to put.
Who was naming names recently? Fuck. Like when Donald Trump was like literally naming off the judge and shit in this was for his New York State case. Remember this? These people love naming names and calling out people and blaming people for crazy conspiracies.
Put that person's life in danger. That's why they're doing it. And so that's the reason why they want to find out the identities of ICE agents. That's the reason why they want to find out the identities of Tesla owners, like at the beginning of the year. It's so they can destroy their car and destroy their lives. And this isn't necessarily a one-sided thing. I think that in the last 5 years or so, especially since BLM, it's been a like 90% left-wing thing. But that doesn't mean that the 10% right-wing people are right either.
You're just so brain broken, little bro. I don't even know what to say. You're just like mind fucked. It's actually mind cancer.
But I do think that now you're going to see a lot more right-wing people balancing out those scales. The fact is that
this is exactly what I just said to Richard. Remember, they have this delusion that the left is doing all this shit, and then it always justifies exactly what they need to do. Right? Every bad thing that they do is justified because they have all convinced themselves that the left have done it first.
That you can take a knife to a gunfight all you want, and you can think that you're honorable, but you're going to end up being dead. And I think that's what right-wing people have done for a very long time. They've tried to speak above the political violence. They've tried to advocate above it and not try to stoop down to that level. But the issue is that a lot of these social media companies have expressed literally zero desire to even do the bare minimum of moderation. I think that two of the worst actors are Twitter or X and Reddit. Both of these platforms are full of a bunch of extremist nut jobs that not only should have their accounts banned, but they should probably be put in mental institutions. And I think that now, I find it to be kind of interesting taking a step back for a week or so and seeing how many people are coming around to the inevitable reality that this is the only path forward. There are so many people in society now that are just completely unhinged, under-medicated, and really just completely insane that you can't have a person like that running wild out in society. They cause problems for themselves, not to mention everybody else around them. And I think that the society, we need to have an honest conversation about how to deal with these people in a way that, and I'll be real, I don't really care about the people that are crazy. Their well-being and the way that, things are for them. Of course, obviously, I wouldn't want it to be bad, but it's certainly not important. What's really important is all the people who aren't crazy, making sure that people that are not crazy, that are good actors, that are law-abiding citizens, are able to live a life of peace, a life of prosperity, and a life without fear of going on the subway, for example, as at the recent event as well. And I think that every single person in the world deserves to live in a place like that. And I don't want to see, America turn into a PvP server. And it sure seems like it is. And I think that in order to prevent that from happening, we need to have honest conversations about what do you do with people that, get arrested 14 times. And it's not even a question, right? You put
that we tie the, oh my God, bro. Like, it's just fucking.
He was funny, but what scared people was his persuasiveness. The only way to take him down, because he could persuade you so strongly, was to kill him. You know, and the shock and despair that we are feeling, and I mean we as in shared by everyone at home and around this table and in this building, it's a testament to the impact of Charlie's friendship and his bravery and his character. And it's so deep a wound that we all feel. It's because it feels like he's one of us. He's part of us because he was such genuinely a patriot and a great person. So how do you work through this stuff? You know, it's not about him or me. It's us, the viewers. You are us. What do we do? Well, you still do what you always do, but you do more of it. You stand up, you speak up, and you share the risk. Right now, you are recoiling, but you have to come back and return stronger, more fortified, and more resilient. What is ironic, fittingly, I guess, is that this is a turning point. You know, if you believe in Charlie, you got to believe in yourself because he believed in you. You know, this isn't over. This is the beginning. And Charlie's power just got released.
Do you think you're living in the Matrix? Because according to you, everyone is wrong. What percentage of the time do you think you're wrong after you say something? Genuinely curious. I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. But I mean, like for this, like I have a lot of little like epistemic shortcuts to make sure that I'm staying honest. But I feel like the biggest one is that I'm willing to argue my positions with literally any of these people, and all of them desperately avoid any sort of critical confrontation ever. So, I mean, I feel like that says enough, like on that alone. I mean, we can dive into other things, but
in all of us, he's going to be bigger now than he ever was on this chaotic planet. He made us all bigger. So I think that if you're at home and you're feeling bad, don't just get through it. And remember that he would want you to get stronger and not back down.
Jesse, before I go to you, President Trump has announced that the flags will fly at half-mast for Charlie Kirk until Sunday evening at 6 p.m. I know you knew him well, too.
Yeah, we're sick, we're sad, we're angry, and we're resolute. And we're going to avenge Charlie's death in the way Charlie would want it to be avenged. He was such a beautiful boy. He was an American boy. And he was incredibly positive. He was full of energy and life. And he made...
Wait, is he Jewish? Come pull me up from stream debates if you're so keen to debate. What do you want?
Hey, I'm just curious on what your position on this is and why you could have the position of being pro assassination of political commentators.
What did I say? I'm not pro assassination of political commentators.
So what are you? What is your position?
My position is that Republicans have been constantly building us towards where we're at now, and it's not at all surprising that this is happening. And they will continue to build. They're doing it today, and they'll continue after today. Yeah, and this is just what's going to continue happening.
You went on a big World War II history arc, right? Did you do at all any research into the Weimar Republic?
What about it?
This is like perfectly mirroring the violence between the Nazi Party and the KPD. Like, this is just giving power to Trump. You recognize that, right?
What is that? I don't understand what that has to do with anything I just said.
It has to do with everything you just said. We're mirroring history. We're mirroring the rise of Hitler, and we're doing the same mistakes that the KPD did.
I'm not the KPD. We're not the far left. I'm not a commie. So then it's not analogous to the rise of Hitler, because Hitler had to do a whole bunch of like on the ground strategizing to bring different groups into his fold and then do weird tricks in parliament in order to secure power. Donald Trump won the election. So we're way past that. It's not like he has to jockey for position in order to, rule parliament. He's the president of the United States who has a disregard for rule of law. So we're way past that.
So the jockeying for position is the part that mattered, not the repression of the political opposition?
We're past oppression of political opposition. What are you talking about? Donald Trump is writing executive orders and has been to target political opponents, to stick the DOJ on them. What do you mean? We're way past that.
To stick the DOJ on, that's a whole different conversation.
It's not a different, that's literally what you just said, is targeting political opponents.
No, that is within the parameters of the presidency. That is not going above and beyond.
Okay, so what do you mean? Hitler operated within the parameters of the...
No, he did not.
He did.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? He passed the Enabling Act. He opened up all the powers to him. He had the right to...
He passed the Enabling Act that completely violated the Weimar Constitution.
So who cares? What do you mean? He was able to pass it. That's all that matters.
Who cares? That's good. Going against the rule of law. What are you talking about?
Going against the rule of law? You mean like when Donald Trump says he who saves his country violates no law?
I'm not pro Donald Trump.
It's not about it's not about being pro. I didn't say you're pro Donald Trump. I'm just saying that people like you will come and they will endlessly not tone police, concern troll, where you're like, oh my God, things are going to get so bad. You are. You're concern trolling right now. You don't realize how fucked everything is in the United States. You think that everything is normal and it's about to get really bad. But this is where we are. Like, this is it. Like, this isn't even the worst assassination that's happened so far. It was the Minnesota lawmakers, for sure. But I mean, that was a meme. That was a joke. We moved on from it for 2 or 3 days. No one gave a fuck. This is where we are right now. It's insane to me that anybody would be surprised that here we are. What?
We should have put more attention on the Minnesota lawmakers. I don't disagree with that.
No, we can't put more attention on it because Republicans don't give a fuck when people on the left get killed. It's impossible to do it. There's one man right now in the country that could change that, and it's Donald Trump, but he won't do it. And a sycophantic dick sucks won't force him to. So here we are.
It's not entirely the fault of one political position.
He's the only person that can change it. The Democrats can't keep disavowing over and over again. They've done it over and over again. What's changed? That hasn't changed anything, has it?
When has the mainstream left or Democratic position on anything come out against political violence? What was the mainstream position? What was the mainstream position on Luigi? What was the mainstream position on Luigi?
Those weren't mainstream positions, number one.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. They were insane
Your finger's not on the pulse of America anymore. You don't know what the mainstream position is.
I'm sorry. Is mainstream what most people are tweeting, or is it what lawmakers and the president are saying?
What have the idea of, not what lawmakers are. That's not what mainstream is. What is this?
Sorry, I'm talking about like people with political power, not people on social media. I agree that a lot of people supported the Luigi shit, but that wasn't just on the left. That was left, and everybody supported the Luigi shit because people are fucking retarded.
Yeah, I agree. People are retarded. We should be against political violence as a general rule.
Yeah, but the problem is that prior to that, there is no political violence that comes from the right that the right will disavow. They pretend like they don't contribute to it at all. And then the left is constantly stuck trying to disavow everything. And then here we are. I mean, today, look at the right today. All of it is just saying that, like, all of it is the Democrats. All of it is the left. We don't care what happened to...
Wait.
What?
Prior to the Trump, didn't the right disavow, like, the whole baseball shooting that happened, like, 10 years ago? Or are we forgetting that?
Well, was this about Bernie or something?
No, I don't think it was to do with Bernie. It was several Democratic staffers were shot, and the entire political landscape disavowed this.
I don't even remember the shooting, but maybe it did. Steve Scalise, I would have to go and see what they said back then. But if you have to go 10 years back to find a single...
Isn't that far, my man.
2015 was a long time ago.
It's relative, not necessarily.
Also, who was being shot there? Was it Republicans being shot?
I believe it was Democrats being shot.
Looks to me like it was Republicans being shot. Because Steve Scalise was the big, I think, target here. I don't know if that was the target, but yeah, this was against Republicans.
But again, don't you feel like it's kind of problematic to be like, well, they don't have sympathy for us on this issue, so let's not have sympathy for them. Like, that's just breeding.
It's not about not having sympathy. You're concerned trolling me right now.
I'm not.
Political violence is bad. Okay, nobody should be getting killed for their political beliefs. The Republican Party continues to ratchet up the rhetoric, and they will not ever come back from it. That is a problem. It doesn't matter what the left does at this point. The Republicans will continue to ratchet up the rhetoric. They just posted a fucking video of them shooting a boat to death yesterday. And then Donald Trump, the day before that, was posting meme pictures of him saying that he's going to invade Chicago. How the fuck can you take these people seriously? Say, well, the left needs to do better. Why can't the right lead on anything? They're the president. He's the popular vote and everything. Why can't he turn down the rhetoric ever?
Because I understand this lunacy is going to end when this fucking bastard croaks. So let's not.
You're retarded. So we wait 4 years for it?
How does that have to be 4 years, bro? He has massive health issues now. He's an obese motherfucker, and he's like 80.
So the goal is to wait it out. How about we like demand some civility from all of our political actors? Is that really too much to ask for?
How about we call for a fucking nonviolent civil strike instead of resulting in political violence?
Nonviolent civil strike? Who are we going on a strike against? Serial killers?
A general strike. You can have a general strike.
For what?
I'm not saying in this particular... Against Trump, you're talking about resisting fascism. That's how you can do it.
Okay.
In fact, that was an effective means that worked.
politics fun. You see it at his events when things blow up and the music plays, and we haven't had that in a very long time in this country. Every time he did a hit on my show, he would text me afterwards, "Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate having you on." And my daughter loved him. I mean, she's 13 years old. This is a man who touched an entire generation of Americans and electrified them and made them patriots. And this is not a controversial person. This is not a polarizing guy, a divisive person, a firebrand that he's being described as in the media.
Charlie Kirk's literal brand was like debating and owning college kids. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ.
This is like a guy that you have a barbecue with at your summer house.
This guy, there's like fucking still residual flow of blood from bypass going through this guy's heart, and he's trying to rewrite his history. Come on.
This is the kind of guy, if you came back with your daughter, you'd say, "Thank God, we got a good one." He's a great athlete. He's a great person. He's a great Christian. You see his family out there. He had his kids not facing the photos because he wanted to protect them, because he knew how evil people were. So when he goes out to these college campuses, he's not provoking anybody. He's like Socrates. He asks questions, and he does it with a smile. And there's nothing controversial about saying socialism is worse than capitalism. Men and women are different. Let's put America first, because that's all he was about, putting America first. And as Greg said, this hits differently, because Charlie was one of us. And Trump gets hit in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside the embassy. Think about it.
We're not going to name any of the Democrats. Do you see what I mean? How one-sided this is? Fuck these fucking ghouls, dude. They're so gross.
Hit in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside the embassy. Think about it. Scalise got shot, barely survived. It's happening. We got trans shooters. We got riots in LA. They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept,
like, listen, like what the fuck? Really?
Up there or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves. Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible. Dana nailed it. This is unacceptable and has to stop. And it has to stop now. And everybody's accountable. And we're watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, the media, and all these rats out there. This can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point, and we know which direction we're going.
Turning point used so appropriately there. This is also in Joe Biden has posted on X a statement. He said, "There's no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now." Jill and I are praying for Charlie Kirk's family and loved ones. I'm sure to have many more of these statements to come through. Harold, you also knew Charlie Kirk.
I met Charlie a few times. First off, my condolences and prayers to his family.
Like, I know that we don't know about any of these things that have ever happened because we just don't follow it, because the left doesn't make as huge a deal out of it as the right does. But like, people forget how insane and unhinged like all of these crazy events were like after Trump has been elected. In 2018, explosive devices sent to the Clintons, Obamas, CNN, What We Know, suspicious packages were found in the mail of prominent Democrats and donors. I don't even know if conservatives talked about it. I think Trump said that this was a conspiracy. He didn't even believe it. On Thursday, prominent liberal critics of President Trump continued to report that they've received explosive devices in the mail, including actor Robert De Niro and former Vice President Joe Biden, an escalation of an unfolding saga that's become the center of a major federal investigation and a political firestorm. Official sources confirm that at least 10 suspicious packages, all containing suspected explosive devices, have been sent to the following people: Hillary and Bill Clinton, Barack and Michelle Obama, liberal donor George Soros, former CIA Director John Brennan, Democratic Representative Maxine Waters, former Attorney General Eric Holder, which was sent to the return address of Representative Dominique Wasserman Schultz's Florida office, Robert De Niro, Joe Biden. A manhunt is underway. This person was like I'm pretty sure this person was like a crazy fucking, like QAnoner to fucking George Soros. The fuck? Footage has emerged of a suspected MAGA bomber, Caesar Sayak, filming himself in a Make America Great Again hat while attending a Donald Trump rally. Sayak, arrested on Friday morning on suspicion of sending 12 pipe bombs, can be seen wearing the cap while stood close to a stage where the president is speaking. That video and other photos of him attending a rally held by Trump in Florida were shared by the 52-year-old former strip club worker on his Facebook page.
You take a look at these people, you study these people, you understand.
Kind of weird, kind of crazy, kind of fucking insane, but like, this was his car.
this is a young dad, the kind of pain that his wife has to be experiencing, and she is channeling her own kids. She should know she'll be lifted in my family's prayers tonight. You all said it. This is horrifying. It's profoundly sad. A 32-year-old young man. I know he was born in 1993. I don't know his exact birthday, but he'd been 32 this year if he wasn't already. I don't know all the details about the shooter or any of those things. I'm sure we will learn and rightly learn. But our infatuation with our own politics and our own ideas causes us, I think, to drown in these thoughts and these justifications. I've read some things and seen some things that people have said today who have talked about Charlie's politics.
So is this whole stream just going to be you saying, but the right did it too? What value does this have to anyone or anything? The value is that hopefully it makes it so that if you get confronted in real life, or when you decide what social media you want to engage with or retweet, or when you're leaving comments or sending emails to the other creators that you watch, you stop, not you in particular, because you're probably some brain-rotted MAGA dipshit, but for liberal people to stop accepting their liberal content creators, political figures, or whatever, absolutely cucking the fuck out constantly to political violence on the right, and constantly acting like all of it is our fault, when all Donald Trump does is instigate constantly, and then pretend that it's just the left that's doing this.
Politics in a way that it sounds as if they are trying to bring some understanding or justification for this. There's no justification for this. Charlie and I didn't agree on a lot of politics, a lot of the paths to solve political problems, but I viewed his thoughts and ideas as ways to try to help make my thoughts and ideas better. Politics at its best is that. We're going to hear a lot over the coming days on both sides, those who adored Charlie and his politics, those who did not like Charlie, did not like his politics. But there's no place in our country. There's no place, if you love America, if you love...
Thank you. It's wild that nobody's even talking about this except us. No! Mehdi Hassan has been tweeting a lot of good shit too. All right, that's what I'm looking at right now. So much disinformation on the site tonight in the wake of the horrific Kirk murder, which conservatives cynically suggesting, that all of the political violence in this country comes from the left. I think I made a similar tweet earlier, probably listing a lot of the same events. They still will say Jan 6 was an inside job. They still think the Whitmer plot was just FBI entrapment. They still think the Minnesota lawmaker assassin was a leftist, nice typo dipshit. They still think Paul Pelosi was just visited by a crazy gay lover. What does Mehdi Hassan have in here? Oh, there's the pipe bombing thing that I just said. They don't even know about or believe in or care about at all. Here are the facts for those with short memories. The man who targeted and killed Democratic State Representative Melissa Hortman was a Trump supporter. True. The man who targeted the home of Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro was a Trump supporter. Oh, I don't even remember this one. I think I do. This was semi-recent within the past few months, right? The men who wanted to hang Mike Pence on January 6 were Trump supporters. They were literally chanting it outside. Trump did nothing to stop it. The man who targeted and killed the son of Obama-appointed district judge Esther Salas was a Trump supporter. I don't even know about that. The man who tried to kidnap Nancy Pelosi and assaulted her husband was a Trump supporter. Oh, the Pelosi guy who broke in. The men who were convicted trying to kidnap Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer were Trump supporters. They just say that was an FBI honeypot entrapment scheme and that it didn't count at all. The man who sent pipe bombs to the homes of Obama and Biden and like 10 other people, who are reading about that article, was a Trump supporter. There is no equivalent or even similar list of Obama and Biden supporters who have carried out similar murders, attempted murders, or violent attacks. That BLM stuff, there was some unhinged shit during that, but like, you can draw a direct line from the Trump shit, the shit that he says. Like, and again, it's over and over and over. And again, in order for Biden and Kamala to win the election, they had to say that like violence is unacceptable. You guys can't be rioting. It's not okay to like, burn down cities. Like they had to say that. Donald Trump came out and said 2020 was fake. January 6th was a hoax. I'm pardoning everybody, including the seditious conspiracy people. Everything is going back to normal. And don't worry. Like it's.
Love freedom. If you indeed want to make America, whatever side you sit on, Democrat or Republican, the greatest nation in the world, and believe it is, you can't.
Like you in chat is another MAGA retard. I don't want to see Destiny complaining about whataboutism again if this is how he's going to be. Been subbed for years. By far the worst it's been. I'm sure you have been, buddy. Wink, wink. But also, I love it. This is the threats. This is like the weird thing. I say this a lot, and you guys need to recognize it, like how hollow these threats are. People will be like, oh, well, if you guys are going to act like that, well, then fine. We're just going to treat you like you guys are all terrorists or whatever. You guys already do that. You realize there's no threat there, right? You guys already act like unhinged fucking lunatics who are entirely and completely divorced from reality. You have nothing left to say or do. Like you already are as bad as you possibly can be as a human being.
In any way, defend this or justify this. I close where I started. I don't know Erica, but my thoughts and prayers to her and to his daughter and to his son.
Free speech lives high in your list of priorities, Kennedy.
Absolutely. And you think about all of us go out there and we want to meet the public. We want to speak. We want to speak our minds. We are fortunate enough to have been given a microphone and this medium to talk about ideas and amplify what we believe is right. It is okay to be polarizing. It is okay to be a lightning rod. It is okay for people to disagree with you. It is not okay to take someone's life. And there are people who have tried to justify what happened based on the reaction that Charlie Kirk stirred in people. I will tell you this, as Jesse said, his daughter loved Charlie Kirk. My daughter is a junior in college. A lot of them only get their news from TikTok, and they all know who Charlie Kirk is. Because using the Socratic method, he has confronted the sophistry of socialism and progressivism on college campuses. A lot of them only get their news from TikTok, and they all know who Charlie Kirk is. Because using the Socratic method, he has confronted the sophistry of socialism and progressivism on college campuses. That was his life's work, and they all knew who he was. And as they shared those videos, many of those young people questioned their beliefs, maybe for the first time in their lives. And it's okay to do that as well. And I hope they continue to do that. And that his shadow resonates for generations of people who are able to sit down with those they disagree with and have a conversation with them and confront them with the inadequacies of their...
Like, what is the equivalent on the left for our response? I don't think they understand that Charlie was the nice version. 120,000 likes. Okay, little bro. The subject has been released? No shot. The subject in custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation is... Oh, they had nobody. I knew it. Oh my god, he's so fucking retarded. Why would he tweet out anything at all? Oh, at the same time they were doing the press conference. What a fucking retard. He shouldn't have said shit. What a moron. God, how stupid. This is why I hate breaking news. It's so dumb. So obviously fucking retarded. They would have had so much more if they caught the dude. They would be tweeting out pictures. They'd have a weapon. They'd be leaking some CCTV footage. They would have something to give us. What an actual fucking loser, degenerate fuck. Can't wait for us to go back tomorrow to more Epstein conspiracies. Oh no, we dropped that one because we didn't like what we found. Can't wait for us to go back to, I don't know, what else is the FBI working on? Oh, more epic videos of them arresting people who throw Subway sandwiches at the feds in DC. Oh boy. What an incompetent fucking, like...
Arguments, hoping that they come to the side that Charlie Kirk lived and believed was right.
And he did it with good cheer. A happy warrior.
Wait, is this real? The day that... Wait, when did that assassination happen for the Minnesota lawmaker? Tim Walz has reportedly backed out, but he was slated to headline the Twin Cities No Kings protest today. Protest in quotation marks. Total shocker that smearing a duly elected president who won an overwhelming electoral mandate as a fascist or a king leads to violent political radicalization. Oh, so that was our fault. So I guess we can't criticize anybody. Okay. It was near that time. Destiny's the same day as a Weekend concert. Was this when they still thought the shooter was left wing? By the way, that no kings protest was like the second largest, I think, collective protest in the entire United States. I don't think anything happened bad, right? I felt like I heard nothing in terms of rioting, crime, shootings, anything. Like, but I guess we don't care about that. That doesn't matter. Nobody says anything. No one cares. Hold on, I need to see, maybe check the date on this. It was June 14th, the same day? Yep, it was. Oh shit! I just remembered. We watched this guy give the crazy abortion and trans speeches. He was like a quasi preacher dude or whatever too, right? Okay. Fuck you, coming after you. I feel like I've gotten like 20 DMs like this today. Let's see what my DMs are. What do we got going on in the good Twitter sphere? Message requests. Fuck you. Nobody will grieve your death. Based. Imagine being such a piece of human shit, your own son. You refuse to take care because a Hitler lover. Such a worthless piece of shit. You deserve nothing. Fuck you. I fucking hate you. Disgusting pig face, needs to be publicly hung and shamed. In that order? Fuck. Oops, meant to say cuck. When can I get a turn with your wife? She's getting bored of her other BFs. She keeps telling me, you're such a bitch. I want to kick your cuck ass bitch. You're a sick person. Fucking disgusting blue-haired dipshit. It's unfortunate you didn't pass on the fires. Jesus. Based. My kings.